A simple way that parents are ruining their children's lives is by failing to play with them. Like, whoa, Dr. Wadsworth, how does this cause me to ruin my child's life? Well, it's indirect. I'll explain. As a parent, you're going to have a lot of rules that you're going to need to set with your child. And if you aren't setting rules with your child, then that right there is another serious problem. When children are little and you set rules with them, they follow the rules. Maybe, depending on how well you enforce them. As they get older, they still need rules. But being big and scary and loud doesn't work anymore for most teenagers. At this point, you're going to have to draw on something else to enforce the rules. Your relationship with them. How do children establish relationships with other people? Through play. Children spell the word love as T-I-M-E. And if your children don't feel that you love them, when you go to enforce very important rules for them as teenagers, they will see no reason to follow the stupid rules that they hate so much from the parents that they don't feel really love them, because there's no relationship there, because you never played with them. Every time you play with your child, it's like putting some money in your emotional bank account with that child. And when you enforce a rule, it's like making a withdrawal from that bank account. And in the teenage years, there's going to be a lot of withdrawals that are going to need to be made. And hopefully you have been saving up for years ahead of time. Because if you haven't, you're going to find that that bank account has a negative balance. And there will be no way for you to enforce the rules that your children will need as teenagers. Because they can yell too. They're the same size as you. They're not scared of you in the same way they used to be. And they're smart. They can figure out some way to go around behind your back and break whatever rule that you have. It's the relationship with them that causes them not to do that. And hopefully, it's a relationship that you are establishing. Play with your children. And the hard part is that playing with Barbies is incredibly boring. Video games can be really boring. This means that it's work. Well, you know what? You ask your children to do a lot of boring things too, a lot of work too. It's just a part of life. And it's a part of parenting. My 5-year-old likes to play with Pokemon cards, except for he doesn't really play with them. We say weird words and hit the cards against each other. It is his favorite thing in the world. He absolutely loves it, and he wants to do it all the time. And he's so happy when I play with him. It is really boring, but I do it because I love him, and I try not to act bored. It's the same thing that I did with my current 14-year-old. Well, not the same game. He had different interests at the time, but it's playing. And now I have a good relationship with my teenager, and we talk about rules and why we have them. And I'm really glad that there is some money in that emotional bank account, because now it's paying off with interest. Start when they're young. Put some money in that account and do it by playing with them.